I'd like to thank you guys for coming out to the office today to meet me. We spoke last week when we were setting up this meeting. I'd like to ask you guys, has anything changed since then?
No.
And we spoke on starting to plan for retirement and John and Sherry's education planning. So besides that, is there anything else you would want to get into the meeting?
Not really, not at the moment.
Okay. Naturally, if you're like most people, you're going to want to know a little bit about me and the company that I work for. So Prudential, it's a staple essentially in New Jersey, the Prudential Center, and basically being in the pension plans in New Jersey. And we've been around for 145 years, so we're essentially here to stay, strong as the rock, that's what they say. And for me, I've always had a keen desire to help people financially, do my own financial planning, and just seeing other people and not wanting to, fall into the trap that most people fall into, and just wanting to help people, plan and live at ease. Because you work all your life, and come the end of the road when you're retiring, you want to live at ease, and I want to be the person there to help people like that. That's why I chose to work for Prudential, so I could kind of give back in that sense. So, something a lot of people don't know about Prudential is we're actually the top 10 asset under management in the world, right on par with the BlackRocks and the Vanguards. And I show this to people because a lot of people kind of they frame us into just being in the insurance industry, but recently that has actually changed. So that's something I'd like to show anyone that I'm meeting with. So next I'd like to show you the process that I go along when I work with my clients. The first step of the process is going to be establish your financial goals. We can't get anywhere if we don't know where you want to be. The next step of that is understanding your situation. Your current situation is what matters the most, because that's what we're going to be building off of, and that's where we're going to leap to get to your financial goals. From there, you're going to benefit from a knowledge analysis. And this is gathering your information and putting it through, analyzing it, seeing where there might be any gaps, seeing where you might be exactly on track of where you need to be. And from there, we would review and discuss strategies where those gaps might be. From there, we implement solutions. This is recommendations. This is, any service that we could offer. And come the end of the day, I would want you guys to be in the driver's seat, and I'm essentially the navigation. You guys are the ones driving, but I want to be the one to help you, lead you there. From there, this is what I like to view as the most important step. This is reviewing your process, whether this is on an annual basis, every 6 months, or every 3 months. Life changes, buy a house, kids go away to college, and as life changes, so does your financial goals and plans. Do you have any questions?
No, it looks good.
And how does this sound, this process?
Definitely sounds very interesting. I'd like to sit down and continue with this discussion so far.
Excellent. So these are what I like to look at as the 4 cornerstones, the foundation of your financial house. Without one of these, the house can't stand. That's how I like to look at it, a little funny way to look at it. The first one of these is cash management and liabilities. This is your cash flow, what is coming in and out, essentially organizing your cash, and essentially having a rainy day fund. So say if your roof gets a leak in it and you need to fix that, that doesn't ruin exactly what you've been planning up to, and you don't go bankrupt from trying to fix the roof on your house. Next is protection. This is the insurance side of this. This is protecting the ones you love and the things you love. This is this would self-complete your financial plan. So if anything were to happen, you would want to ensure that John and Sherry still go to Harvard and Yale. Next part is investments. The investments part of it is your retirement planning, your education planning, and everything you're saving up to, so you can live the life you want to live, and you could have that retirement that you want, and you can buy that boat that you want. Lastly is taxes and estate planning. Although I'm not a tax lawyer, I'm not an estate attorney, it's important to know that you're working in the most tax advantaged aspect, and also estate planning is utilized to see that you have everything set up and ensure that come that time you have everything set up, and that's not another worry that you need to have. And how does this sound?
Sounds good.
Is there anything on here that jumps out to you as something you would want to cover now that I've reviewed this?
Mostly protection.
Protection.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
the insurance side of it. Okay, so as I spoke in my process before, it's about getting to know you guys. So I have a snapshot of where you are, so we can go over that protection and the necessary protection that you need. So this all comes from, I'm not just going to look at your insurance side now. It's because having the proper protection, we also need to look at what else you have in store and what else you currently have in play.